Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to learn about how we can create the on custom hooks in React.js. So guys, this is going to be interesting video and I would recommend you if you have not subscribed to my channel, you can subscribe to my channel and learn about the React.js in quite detail because I've given a lot of examples and a lot of good project as well as real-time projects from where you can learn about the React.js. And don't forget to subscribe and like and hit the bell icon so you can get the wonderful videos on the React.js so you can learn this great technology and boost up your career in IT. And if you miss anything while writing the code, you can download the source code from here, github/amarpurvis/reactjs complete course. I'm going to share this link in the descriptions as well as. So guys, today is a very important topic and we are going to learn how we can build our own custom hooks. And this is going to be interesting because in this way we are going to learn how we can actually reuse the logic in our logic in multiple components. So let's get started, guys. So guys, you can see from the official document, we see that when we want to share the logic between two JavaScript functions or probably more than two as well as, we can make a custom hook so that we can write the logic one time and we can use it multiple times. So this is a good example given by the React on the documentation. You can see here. So there is a friend list and there is a friend status. uh, they have created one hook and they want to see the status of the friend, either he is or she is online or offline. So they have one component which is friend status and the second component friend list items. So in this, they are passing the friend ID and they are getting the output either he or she is online or not. And on the second, on the friend status, they can show on behalf of the status they take back from the custom hook. And on this other component, friend list item, they are passing again the friend ID and they're getting if the friend is online or offline, then they need to show this in the green or black. So this is how we are actually use this custom hooks. We can write it one time and use that particular logic multiple times in our components. So let's create a real-time example of this. So I'm going to show, and remember guys, in the previous video, we have covered a lot of topics on our hooks like use forward hook and use reducer and use ref and use effect. So you can watch all those videos. Custom hooks, I have added a new folder. So now I'm going to name a new file. I'm going to say custom hooks demo.js, right guys? Here I'm going to call all the component which I'm going to use here. So, okay. So now I'm going to create forward counter. I'm going to create two counters and I'm going to actually merge that logic in one custom hook component so that we can reuse that logic again and again. So I'm going to pass the code snippet RFCE. When once I click here, it actually going to create our logic that it is actually going to create a return div as well as the export. So we do not need to, but I'm going to create this as a const and I'm going to make it an arrow function because we follow this practice throughout our tutorials. So now I'm going to say like okay. Now I need to make a counter here. So I'm going to pass a useState. You're all are familiar with the useState. If not, you can watch my previous videos. So what is useState and why we need to use the useStates? Because it's very helpful hook in React.js. So useState, I'm going to say 0. So we start from 0. And now I'm going to say that I need some counter here, right, guys? So it is going to help me in while we write the code. So I'm going to say it whenever now after 1 second, I need to actually add a value to the counter so it can upgrade it. So let me just do it. So now I'm going to say I'm going to use a use effect. When page get loads, it actually going to hit it. So now I'm going to say, okay, I need to write set interval. After 1 second, every 1 second, I need to perform some action. So I'm going to store somewhere this value. Okay, great. So now I need to pass here what we need to do after every 1 second. Okay, so now I'm going to say after every 1 second, I need to update this value. I need to save this previous state. So I'm going to say previous counter, and then I'm going to say previous counter plus one. Okay, cool guys. After every 1 second, it is going to actually update this, and I need to clear this. We have also learned about clear in use effects. We also discuss about the clear functions. So after completing this, I need to clear all this. I'm going to say clear interval, and I'm going to pass it interval here, the one this value, right, guys? Cool. So what will happen in this code after every 1 second is it's actually going to increment one value in the count, and we can use that count. So I'm going to use that value here. Okay, I'm going to say it like this. Cool, guys. So now let's check this out if this code is working fine. It seems like it is going to work fine. I'm going to say here whenever the page load only one time. Cool, guys. So let me check this out, and I'm going to copy this, and now I'm going to say here forward. Okay, great. Now I'm going to import this forward counter from the URL. I need to provide the URL. Great. And now I'm going to use this on the app.js because we have a lot of other examples already for React, so that you can use and understand. And I'm going to share all the source code on GitHub. Great, guys. Okay. So now I'm going to check the output. What the output? Okay, cool. You can see here increment after every 1 second. I need to just call here. This looks okay. I need to call the CSS so we can see this in the center because we have already written this CSS for this example.css. Cool. I need to pass the div and class name heading. Oh, great, guys. So see here, it actually counts after every 1 second. It actually updates the set count state, and it looks good, which is expected. Now I'm going to write one more component. I'm going to copy this code. I'm going to say backward counter, backward counter, right, guys? So you need to understand that we are actually we are going to use the real logic again because it's not something which is quite different. Okay, cool. Now I'm going to say here minus, nothing fancy, but just this small changes. Okay, great. Now I'm going to use this in this class, and I'm going to import it from. We need to pass the URL. Okay, great. And now I need to import this and like this. Great. So now if I check, I refresh this page, so you can see here it's actually adding the value and it is actually decrementing the value, which looks good now. So guys, you can see here there are two things uh, on the two components. We are using the same logic almost, but we are not reusing the code. So here comes the custom hooks where you need to actually you can see the read the documentation detail for understanding where we need to actually custom hook is a JavaScript function whose name starts with use. First, you need to remember this, and they call other hooks. And one thing you need to remember that whenever you are going to use the custom hooks, it actually going to bind the value or merge the logic in one component, and we can reuse them multiple time. So it was introduces in React 16.8, and we can build our custom hooks. So let's get started. You need to remember this. You need to start the word from the use. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually merge this logic in the backward and forward in one component. I'm going to create a custom component for myself to reuse the logic. So let's get started. I'm going to say it use counter hook. This name looks good to me. Great, guys. So now I've created a custom hook. Now I need to actually merge the values. So all I'm going to do here, I'm going to say here const, going to copy the name. Okay, great. And I'm going to say here this arrow function, and I'm going to export it. Cool. And now I need to write some logic here. And all I need to do here, I'm going to say, I'm going to copy this logic. And I'm going to copy this logic and I'm going to reuse this logic, right, guys? So it looks good to me, great. And I need to import this use effects so that it don't make any trouble because I'm using the use effect and use state. It's okay if I remove this, no problem. Yes, okay, it looks good to me now. So you can see here we actually separate the logic here, and now what I need to do, I need to return this counter so we can count. So now whenever we are going to use this hook, it actually perform the action and return back the count. And at the top, I'm going to say here, if it is forward, by default it is forward is true, then I need to write some logic here, and I'm going to say it. If forward, then we need to do the action like we need to actually add, otherwise false. Great, guys. So now I'm going to add this, otherwise it is going to return decrement. Now the code looks good to me. And one thing more, if uh, this means that when we pass this parameter value, it means if anything, any value or if the parameter value gets changed, it actually needs to update, re-execute this code. So use effects get hit and it will going to re-execute this code. Now I'm going to use this custom hook. So I'm going to say first I need to commit this code and I'm going to say count like this. So I'm going to say true. Okay. And now same thing. I also need to import this. It looks good. Okay. I'm going to import here as well as, and I'm going to commit all this code and I'm going to use it. So I'm going to say const count is equal to name of the hook and I need to pass the false so that it actually minus the value. Now this looks good to me. So let's check the output, refresh the page and let's see. So guys, see here, it actually performing the same way. And there is no any changes. It actually working fine, and you understand that now you can see the code here. It's so minimal, and there is not much logics we write on the same page. We actually write the logic at one place and reusing that logic, and we have created a custom hook, which the usage of this custom hook is actually it actually gets the value. It check that it is we need to plus or we need to minus the value, and then on this hook, if this hooks get hit, it actually increment or decrement the value in this count and then return back the new value, which is okay. So guys, this is the advantage of using the custom hooks, and I hope you enjoyed and have shared the real-time example also on reactjs.org document, which is also very helpful if you're running any real-time or big complex application. You can get help from this as well as and also from my videos. I hope you're enjoying these videos, and don't forget to like and subscribe my channel. I'm doing all my hard work just so you can learn from my videos. And thanks for watching my video, and hit the bell icon and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to comment and like the video. Thank you guys.